Brave is the true story of the Granite Mountain hotshots, who are a group of firefighters. Ultimately what they do, when there's a big forest fire happening, to control it, they will burn the shrubbery outside of it. They'll create a dirt moat, give the fire nothing to latch onto and burn further. Thus the fire dies without fuel. This movie has a great starring cast. It stars Josh Brolin, Miles Teller, Jeff Bridges is in it, Jennifer Connelly's in it, Taylor Kitsch is in it. Lately, Taylor Kitsch is doing great. Continues that streak in here, along with Miles Teller. I'm no longer surprised when Miles Teller does a great job. He does a great job in here. Josh Brolin plays the leader of this group, but it's ultimately seen through Miles Teller's eyes. Like, he's the new guy who comes in. He's the rookie. He's the one you latch onto. And this movie did a lot right. First of all, this is a true story. These are real people they're playing here. Fair to say, when a movie is being made about true events and real people, there's an element of respect that goes into it. They're like, we want to do everyone justice. And if there's one thing we know, is that anybody who's ever been a firefighter and talked about it on TV has always said they are a family. This movie gets that camaraderie down. You really feel like they are a family. Even Miles Teller, who's the new guy coming in, he's a bit of an outcast. He's an outsider to them, but that changes. They do eventually accept him as family. And as much as they do the brotherhood element right, they also do the element of fire right. Fire's a scary thing. Although this movie is the Hollywood movie, it's easy to get Hollywoodized into fire movies or firefighting movies where the fire gets put out, you're like, well, that's all. This movie really hammers it in where it's like, fire's scary. You don't want to be near this thing, and that's why these guys are heroes. I mean, think about it. They're a group of people who come together to work together so we can all go on with our happy lives. They're the Avengers, but for real. And the thing they do better than the Avengers movies do is balance the work with family. That's a big part of this movie, is the balance of work and family. I imagine it's not easy to be married to somebody who works a job that requires so much of them. In the end, the spouse of a firefighter has married into the fact that that firefighter has another spouse, the job. Not only did they make it work, they made it a huge part of the movie. It's one of the reasons you latch on. I will say the setup to this movie seemed to be going a bit fast. Again, with Miles Teller, you're like, why are they concentrating on this jackoff? Who is it? And there's a fire, someone makes a judgment call, then a town's burned. It's just so many things happen rapidly. But they really do smooth it out after the setup. For the most part, the time that's spent in this movie, a lot of time passes. That's hard to do in a movie like this. Guys, in the end, this movie was great. It was inspiring. I look at my life where I talk about entertainment on YouTube and I'm like, yeah, they're the heroes. It really brings to light things you take for granted. You hear about forest fires and you're like, oh, forest fire, it'll get dealt with. There are people out there busting their asses. Their personal lives are in strain because they're doing what they do so we can all just live happier lives. The movie was a great look in on the camaraderie and family of a fire department, but it also didn't put them on a pedestal. People, heroes, family, they're flawed. Sometimes they're great, sometimes they're dicks. But in the end, everyone's just trying. I will remember this movie. It stuck with me. It'll stick with you. I will say Only the Brave is certainly worth watching and certainly worth buying on Blu-ray. Alright guys, so Only the Brave, have you seen it? What did you think about it? There's not a lot of firefighter movies out there, but what's your favorite firefighter movie? Or movie about fires? Bring on the pyromaniac movies. Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.